Good afternoon, Betty, and welcome to our first book club. I think that reading is going to be something that we can really turn to here. I think we can even read more than one book at once. Maybe we could read all of the Harry Potters at the same time. I think it is definitely a good idea if we did not pick anything of like super dark or depressing and try to pick a little more uplifting ones. Yeah, like I don't think we should read The Stand right now. He does that to a lot of people. I thought you had an excellent choice for the first book that we're doing here. Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach. I really enjoyed it. I never read this before. I've actually never even heard of it before. So thank you for bringing this to my attention. One of the things that I thought was really interesting in the first part of the book is how unafraid of failure Jonathan Livingston Seagull was. I feel like we as a society really kind of are failure averse and we think of it as such a bad thing, but in truth, so much good comes out of failing over and over and over. And the best thing is you don't really fear failure. Yeah, right. Without challenge, there is no failure. And without failure, there is no challenge. It's not failing, it's learning. Right. It's like there's success and then there's everything else. And so failure and failure to act are both in the same category. So what else do you have to lose? People are going to be critical of you for trying to do something your own way. But at the end of the day, if you're doing it for the right reasons, it doesn't really matter. The way the rest of the, what do they call it, flock? Yeah, the flock. The flock was afraid because they only knew flight to be what they have always known it to be, which was a means of getting food. It's about point A and point B, whereas Jonathan Livingston Seagull was very interested in just the flight, like that is the joy of life. I think the flock feared change. Yeah, I like the one line: boredom, fear, and anger are the reason a gull's life are so short. You know? You could say the same about humans. If you find the thing that does give you just intrinsic joy to do, why not try to do it as much as you can? The most important thing in living was to reach out and touch perfection in that which they most loved to do, and that was to fly. If it were easy for everyone to just do exactly what they wanted to do, everyone would do it. You do have to deal with feeling ignored. In Jonathan Livingston Seagull's case, you have to deal with ridicule, you have to deal with being exiled. It's more important to you to do the things that bring you immense joy than it is to have the approval of others in the flock. I really do like to think that if you believe in something and you commit yourself to something, that eventually you will see the fruits of your labor. My favorite passage from the whole book was on page 61. If our friendship depends on things like space and time, then when we finally overcome space and time, We've destroyed our own brotherhood. Amen. But overcome space and all we have left is here. Overcome time and all we have left is now. And in the middle of here and now, don't you think we might see each other once or twice? I think that's just real recognized as real. The singular quality of someone who is doing something completely in their own voice. In a weird way, with everything that's happening right now, we are forced to just sit with what we have. And in some of the oddest ways, I appreciate more than I've ever appreciated before. I appreciate that you know how to make good pancakes. Even the first one wasn't bad. The best way to learn is on the fly. You're so smart, Betty.